Kaveh, Sartipi here again with Mason-mcduffie Mortgage. Excited to have Rebecca Burns from Golden Gate Sotheby's International Realty join us today. She's here to talk to us about what's going on in the East Bay market and how the buyers and sellers are doing out there today. Rebecca, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
We are now done with the first quarter of 2018. And during the first quarter, it seems like nothing has really slowed down in real estate. Interest rates are going up. Rates are up about 0.5 to about 0.75%, depending on the program. And it seems like housing is continuing to go up. We're not seeing a slowdown on the housing side. What are you seeing today in the marketplace?
Yeah, there's still very low inventory, not a lot of homes coming on the market, and what does come on often goes with multiple offers and goes quickly. But we are seeing this kind of interesting thing with a little bit more of a discerning choice by the buyers. So our advice still to sellers is do your disclosures, do your inspections, stage your house, make it beautiful so that you do have multiple offers and you can take advantage of this market, especially when you've got a lot of people looking at it. You want to go ahead and maximize that dollar and the shortest amount of time on the market, obviously.
So when you have your sellers, you know, one of the biggest advice that you're giving them is to make sure everything is done, that they're staging, they've done all their due diligence as far as making sure the house is ready to go, there aren't any issues with the home. What else are you advising your sellers in this market?
They don't necessarily have to do everything, but I think, as you said, disclose it. It all has to be there. They have to know what they know about the house, and the more reports you have done, the more you know about the house, the more transparent you are, the better offers you tend to get, because then people feel confident potentially waiving inspections or waiving, you know, any other contingency that will speed up the sale and just have you an assured sale and a close.
Now, obviously, you got the other side of that, which is the buyers. Mm-hmm. So with the buyers in this competitive market where there isn't that much inventory, you know, there's multiple offers on almost every single home. What's your best advice? You know, what are you telling your buyers to put them in the best position to get that contract accepted?
It's emotional. So similar to sellers where they're prepping their house, for buyers we're prepping them. The first step is always financially get ready, know what you can afford, be pre-approved. Can you talk to your lender about being fully underwritten? Doing just some of the legwork ahead of time will ensure when you do see that house, if the first one is it, or if it's the 10th one, whatever it is, there's going to be somebody else there who wants it and who is ready. So if you aren't, there's very likely that you're going to lose out. So I'd say the first step is the financial piece, which you know well. And then the second piece is making sure that they know the area and making sure that they know what's involved in writing an offer. So we kind of go through that. So that first one can be sometimes a little bit of an experiment, but learning all the terms and how that works and how they can write a stronger offer. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a higher price point, but that there are some little tricks of the trade that they can make their offer stronger and better. Writing things like their personal letter and explaining who they are, knowing the neighborhood that they want and the type of home that they want so that they can move quickly. Coming out with me on broker tour if I've seen something. Just being able to be a little more flexible can sometimes give them the edge.
And one of the ones you mentioned was obviously on the financing side of it. You know, being fully underwritten and approved, meaning that, you know, it's gone through that underwrite. You can go in without loan contingencies potentially, and just understanding that there's going to be some back and forth potentially, you know, and right. I guess emotionally being ready for that, because that's part of it as well. It's not just the financial aspect of I am buying a home for X amount of dollars, but emotionally being ready to be ready.
And one of the funny sort of side stories of that, like we had a buyer who just got in a contract last night, and after maybe 10 offers, they called this morning. He goes, "So I saw that the house is pending. Is it real? This is real. It's really happening." And it's like I was kind of like I had an uh-oh moment, like oh, do they have regret, buyer's remorse? But no, they're very excited. But It was just like this process is emotional, and it can be longer than they expect. And then when it finally does happen, it's like, oh, that was fast. Like what just happened last night, you know? Yeah. So it's exciting, but it's also you do have to, you know, be ready to go through the process.
So in this market being that competitive market, and like you mentioned, like, you know, you have clients that are looking for maybe a couple months, some up to 6 to maybe even a year that have been looking. I think we were talking earlier about a few clients that we have that have been looking over a year.
Yes, several years.
So that market, you know, as far as, you know, what are you seeing as far as stats in the marketplace here in the East Bay?
So on average, like I specialize Alamo, Walnut Creek, Danville, that kind of little hub, but along the 24-680 corridor, I'm sure it's pretty similar. We're seeing things go under 10 days. So there's a lot of times that an offer date set. It'll go on broker tour. It'll be open for a weekend, sometimes two, and then there'll be an offer date set, and the offers will come in and the negotiation will happen. So it'll go pending relatively quickly. So that's why, again, seeing things as early as possible. I love for my buyers to see something more than once. So if possible, to really make sure they know, what it looks like at dusk and what's happening during the day. But also you're seeing over ask. So on average, 101 to 104% of asking is what they're selling for. Okay. So of course there's outliers in there that drive some of those numbers higher. And so right now, people are pricing about where, 104% is about ask. So a little bit over is where things are landing on average.
So that means when a home is coming on the market, in our area, Thursday broker tour, it's open that weekend. Typically, you're seeing offers are due that following Tuesday or Wednesday, and then they're in contract by that
Wednesday or
Thursday or so. So from first day on the market to the day that they go in, it's
10 days.
7 to 10 days. And then you're seeing 15 to maybe 30-day closes.
Yeah,
so
there still is a lot of cash in the marketplace, which could be faster, but typically, under 21 days for close. The other thing that we're seeing, and I was going to talk a little bit about, might be changing subject slightly, but the Proposition 13 is one thing that we're really hoping will help sort of alleviate a little bit of this. So Prop 13, as it stands now, allows those that are 55 and older to move one time and carry their tax basis with them within Contra Costa, so same county, and they have to buy down. So it has to be a house that costs the same or less. What the new proposition that will hopefully get passed in November will allow those that are over 55 to move multiple times, move up or move down, and anywhere in the state. So that may hopefully help some of the people who aren't downsizing because they have nowhere to go, and allow some more inventory for those first-time, second-time owners to have some.
Well, I wanted to thank Rebecca again for joining us today. Now, we are here in this beautiful listing that you have in Alamo. You had mentioned there's a lack of inventory, but here is one that's on the market right now and available. Tell us a little bit about this home.
Sure. So on the market for 1.395, it is just over 2,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. 2208 Nelda, if you'd like to take a look at it online. Beautiful home, beautiful sparkling pool on just 0.58 acres, so nice large lot. We've got this hill behind us for some privacy at the end of a little cul-de-sac, so very peaceful and tranquil. I'd love to give you guys a little tour.
Well, appreciate you taking the time to talk to us again. Again, Rebecca Burns with Golden Gate Sotheby's International Realty right here in Danville. She's one of their top agents over with Sotheby's, and thank you again for joining us.
Thanks for having me. It's fun.
Absolutely.
Hi, welcome. My name's Rebecca Burns with Golden Gate Sotheby's International Realty. We're going to take a look at 2208 Nelda Way in Alamo. Come on in. So this property just came on the market 7 days ago. We are just a little over 2,200 square feet. Walk into beautiful formal living room that looks out over a sparkling pool with Pebble Tech master with ensuite overlooking the pool again on that side of the house. Down the hall we have 3 bedrooms, one with built-in bookcases. They have it set up as an office. Full hall bath, and they're really good sized rooms. This one is set up for twins or friends. And you can see we're at the end of a cul-de-sac location, so just one property across the street. Nice big lawn that could almost serve as another play area for kids and little people. So here off the formal living room, you have a formal dining room. You kind of cut back through. Nice big window looking over the backyard. And then direct access back to your kitchen. Beautiful granite surface, little eat-in breakfast bar, and then a little eat-in breakfast room opening to more casual living space. Beautiful fireplace, nice big doors to enjoy the entertaining backyard space. So the property is on about 0.6 acres, very private, nice big side yards, gated all the way around or fenced all the way around, Pebble Tech pool.
Again, I wanted to thank you guys for joining us on this episode of The Inside Look, and wanted to thank Rebecca again for allowing us to shoot at this beautiful property located at
2208 Nelda Way here in Alamo. This single story is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, listed at 1.395. Come and make this beautiful backyard yours.